Good morning. So here we are, March 16th, 9:30 in the morning, and we are doing an online yoga class here in my little studio. And we will be focusing today on some shoulder openers. We have, for the past few weeks here in this classroom, been focusing on hip openers. Today we'll focus a little more on shoulders. So to begin, you can either sit or you can lie down. I'm going to focus a bit on breathing first. And you can either have your eyes closed or a little bit open. If your eyes are open, have a soft gaze, so you're not looking at anything in particular. And bring your attention to your breath. And let it just arise. You don't need to breathe in any particular way. And then let your breath lengthen a bit. A little bit longer inhale. A little bit longer exhale. Just allowing the breath to slow down and get a little longer. And then we'll move into a bit of technique with the breathing. And if you like, you can bring one hand so the fingers are on your chest and the other hand resting on your belly. On the inhale, feel the chest rise, the ribs expand. And on the exhale, feel the belly draw in slightly. Inhale, chest expanding. Exhale, belly drawing in. And continue this for several breaths. Expanding the chest, the ribs, front, back, sides. Drawing the belly in a little. And if you're sitting or if you're lying down, let the shoulders soften. If you're lying down, you can let the shoulders release back into the mat. If you're sitting, the shoulders drop down toward the floor. And if you're sitting, we're just going to change position a bit. So we will come to lie down on the floor. So once your mat is positioned and you are lying on the floor. Have your knees bent, head resting on the mat, or use a pillow under your head if that's not comfortable. Have your arms at your sides. Come back to your breath. Inhaling through the nose, expanding the ribs. Exhaling out the nose, drawing the belly in slightly. And we'll begin with some arm movements. So on the inhale, just take one arm through the air, all the way overhead to the floor. And find the positioning of the arm so that the upper arm, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist, the hand can all come to rest. And then on the exhale, bring the arm back to your side. And then you'll do the same thing with the other arm, finding the position where that arm can come to rest and come back to your side. So for some people, the arm can be very close to the head and still be resting, but if you can see, my upper arm is not able to rest on the floor here. But if I take the arm wider, then I can find a position where the arm can rest. And similarly, for some people, the upper arm will not be able to come to rest unless the elbow is bent. And the elbow may need to be at shoulder height or even a little lower to allow the upper arm to rest. So any of those positions, as long as the upper arm and the elbow are able to rest on the floor, is correct. So we're looking for the positioning that's correct for our own individual bodies. Very important. We're inhaling one arm up, finding that place, exhaling down, other arm inhaling up, and exhaling down. And what you'll find by positioning the arm in that way is that you will actually be able to get a better stretch across the front of the shoulder and the chest if you don't try to force it. So just one more on each side. And when you've finished your second side, on your next inhale, we'll take both arms up, again, finding that correct placement for the two arms. And on the exhale, bring the arms to your sides, fold one knee into the chest. And then inhale that foot down, both arms come up. Exhale, drawing the belly in, arms come down, inhale, in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down, one knee folds in. And we'll continue that a few more times. Follow your own breath with this. Your own breath length is the correct speed of movement for you. So for some people who have smaller lung capacity, the movements may be more quick. And for people with very large lung capacity, the movements may be very, very slow. So following the speed I'm going, or the speed of someone next to you, is not correct. Follow your own breath. After you've completed your second side on your next exhale, bring both arms down, both knees to the chest. On this inhale, stretch both legs out to the ceiling, both arms overhead. Exhale, fold both knees in, arms come to the sides. Inhale, both legs up, arms overhead. Exhale, fold it in, arms down. A couple more like that. Again, at your own breath speed. Still inhaling, filling the rib cage. Exhaling, drawing the belly in. Next time, hold these in. Stay here. If you like, you can hug the knees, rock a little side to side. And then roll yourself over to one side. And at this point, if you have a blanket, you want to place your blanket on your mat. So you'll have something soft under your knees. So we will come to all fours for Chakrapakasana, Vajrasana forward bend sequence. On the inhale, reaching the chest forward. On the exhale, drawing the belly in, getting back towards your heels, letting the head drop down towards the floor. And then inhale to all fours, reach the chest. Exhale, sitting back, going in, head down. A few times like this. So in our tradition, we don't do cat cow because the cow position doesn't really give you as complete a stretch through the lower back. It feels good, but it actually, rounding the spine is considered to be less beneficial to the energetics of the body. It does actually produce a different kind of stretch. So you could try that a couple of times if you like, just for comparison. And then we're going to do an asymmetrical child's pose, or Chakrapakasana forward bend. Bring the left hand in front of the right hand and sit back towards your child pose. You'll feel a stretch here through the shoulder, possibly down into the back. Waiting here for a couple of breaths. Relax the head and the neck. And then come back to all fours and square yourself up. We'll do the same thing to the other side. So take the right hand in front of the left hand. Sit back into this asymmetrical posture. Really for a few breaths. And see where you feel the stretch. So you may feel it in the arm, shoulder, down into the side ribs or the back. Deep breathing. Come back to all fours, square yourself up. On the exhale, get back to child pose. On the inhale, you'll rise onto the knees with the arms overhead. And stay here, let the arms come down to your sides. Inhale, take the arms out to the sides and up. Feel the lengthening. Exhaling, arms down. Inhale to the sides, all the way up. And exhaling down. Now, here again, if when you bring the arms up, and it usually doesn't happen so much when you take the arms to the sides, but if when you bring the arms up, you're finding that they're coming forward of your head because of some restrictions in the shoulders, then make the arms wider until you find a place where the arms can actually be to the sides. So for some of us, this might be wide arms, and for some of us, this may be bending the elbows, only bringing the forearms up, so if you can see. So different shoulder restrictions require different kinds of movement. We shouldn't push through if there's pain. We should find a place where we can work in the posture that works for our particular body in a positive way. So now we're inhaling, taking the arms forward and up, and exhaling down. So if you notice, this brings us into a little bit more of a back arch. So if you do have lower back issues, I'll take this splitter off so you can see what's happening in the lower back. So if when you bring the arms up, and if this causes a lot of arching and then some pain in the lower back, try to tuck your tail under slightly to prevent that overarching in the lower back. And if you focus the arch in the upper spine, that's actually the correct movement of this. So just lifting the arms does create more of a back arch, so we can control where that happens in the back. And the next time you inhale the arms up, on the exhale, as the arms come down, or when you finish, step the left foot forward. So have that foot a little bit further away than your knee. You can have your hands on your thighs to start. As we inhale, we're lengthening the spine upward. As we exhale, we're bending the knee, dropping the hips forward, and then inhaling back up. So as you drop the hips forward, try to keep this lift in the chest, length in the spine. And that will create more stretch in the front of the hip. So if your left foot is forward, your right hip will be receiving more of the stretch. And depending on where you are tight, you may feel it more down into the thigh or up into the belly. So a couple times like that, and then on the inhale, dropping forward and lifting the arms. So we've changed the breathing pattern. And exhaling from back. So before we were dropping forward on the exhale, now we're dropping forward on the inhale. So we are making this more of a back arch. And the inhale postures tend to be back arching postures. Now the next time we drop forward, bring the hands behind the back. You can either interlace your fingers or just have your hands on your lower back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and stay for a couple of breaths. we're now stretching across the front of the chest and the shoulders. Come back up, and we'll switch sides. Stepping the right foot forward, nice big step. Hands on the thighs first, lengthening up on the inhale. Exhaling, dropping forward. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward. So if you have trouble balancing here, and it can be challenging at first, of course you can have a table or a chair or a wall next to you that you use to help stabilize. Next time you come up, we're now reversing with breathing, adding the arm movements. When you inhale, dropping forward, lifting the arms. Exhaling, coming back, arms down. Inhale. And exhale. So here, if the balance is challenging and you are using a wall or a chair or something for balance, you can do this with one arm only. And you'll still get some of the benefits of the back arch and the stretch in the shoulder. And now bringing the hands behind the back, either bringing the hands to the lower back, or nicely with fingers, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and breathe. Release the hands, step back. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms to the sides. At this point, you can either go out to the sides or forward and up, your choice. Inhale and exhale. Back to the breath, filling up the rib cage, the chest. Drawing belly in, and exhale. And when the arms come down, put the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers if that is accessible to you. You may also just have your hands on the lower back. If you like, if that works for you, a more challenging position would be to hold onto your elbows behind the back. So any of those versions, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. A couple of breaths here. If you find that you have some tightness in the chest or the shoulder, you can focus on sending some of the breath into those places. Inhaling for stretch, exhaling for release and ease. Release that. Inhale the arms up. Hold down to child pose on the exhale. Inhale, come to all fours, reach the chest. Tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the knees, touching the arms, the spine, and the legs. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, child. All fours on the inhale, toes tuck under. Exhale to downward dog. Once more through this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Toes tuck. Downward facing dog. Staying here this time. Stretch the arms. Stretch the stomach. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Get your blanket out of the way. Just stand. Pause for a moment. Come back to your breath. Feel the chest lift, ribs open as you inhale. As you exhale, you're drawing the belly in. And then, on your next inhale, take one arm to the side and up. As you exhale, side bend over to the other side. Stay here. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, come back to center, arm down. Other side. Inhale, arm out to the side and up. Exhale, side bend over. Stay for the inhale. Stretch from the fingertips all the way to the heel. Exhale, back up and center. We'll do that a couple of times. Inhale. Exhale over. Stay for the in-breath. Exhale, back up. Arm down. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back up. Arm down. Once more to each side. When you finish your second side, have the feet parallel to start, separated about hip distance apart, so just a couple of inches. Turn the right foot out and step the left foot forward. We'll be coming into and out of warrior pose. On the inhale, take the arms forward and up, bend in the front knee. On the exhale, arms down, knee straightens. Continue with this with your own breath. Inhaling to warrior, exhaling out of warrior. A few more times. Make the breath long and smooth. The arm movements within your range of motion. And again, you can have the arms wide, you can have the elbows bent, whatever is appropriate for your body. On the next inhale, come to warrior. This time on the exhale, straighten the front knee, sweep the hands around behind your back. as you fold forward. Inhale, bend the knee, come back up. Exhale, folding forward to pyramid pose. Rising back up, warrior. A couple more times, moving between those two postures. Again, if you feel the balance is difficult, you can use a chair, a table, or a wall. And just do the movements with one arm. Next time we fold forward, we'll stay for a few breaths in the folding forward pyramid pose. So the hands can stay behind the back if that's workable for you. If this is very difficult, you can bring the hands to the thigh, the shin, or the mat. On the inhale, bend the knee, come back up, arms down, knees straight, step back. Parallel feet. Pause a moment. Breathe. And we'll do the other side. Turning the left foot out, stepping right foot forward. If you do the other side before, just switch. Beginning with warrior. Bending the front knee, arms come forward and up. Exhale, out of warrior. Knee straightens, arms down. Again. So continue this at your own speed. Depending on the speed of your breath, we'll do 5 or 6. Maybe more, maybe less. After this one, we'll change. So coming into warrior now on the inhale and folding forward to pyramid pose on the exhale. Hands behind if you can. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, folding down. Next time we fold forward, let's stay for a few breaths. So again, choose your arm position. So you're able to stay. Inhale back up, bending the knee. Arms down, step back. Square up. Take a couple of breaths here again. So we're going to move into Garuda arms. Oh, I'm sorry. Cow face pose arm. So if you have a strap or a belt, please get that. If you do not, you can use a sock or some other short dish towel, something like that. So we're going to take the strap on the right arm. I'm going to show you the back of the body so you can see the positioning. The right elbow bends, the hand comes to the upper back, and the strap is just hanging down behind you. Now, when you do this, if you notice your lower back, there will be a tendency to have arching. You'll need to make some effort to drop your tailbone down toward the floor and maintain that. Bring the left arm to the side, thumb points down, and then bring the hand behind the back. Find the strap, and then work your hands together a little bit closer. And where that is going to vary for each person. Draw your elbows back a little. Check back in with your lower back. Make sure you're not overarching. Extend the back of the neck upward and the crown of the head. Take a few breaths here. And then we'll unwind the arms from this position. So release the left hand. That arm come back out. Release the other arm down, right arm. Pause for a moment. And then switch hands. So strap in the left hand. Bend the elbow points toward the ceiling. Hand comes to the upper back. Up the tail. Lengthen the back of the neck. Take the right arm out to the side. Point the hand down toward the floor. Bend the elbow. Bring the hand behind the back. Find the strap. Work the hands together. Whoever is safe with your shoulders. Elbows draw back a little. Stretch the chest more. Step back in with the lower back and back to the neck. Lengthening the tailbone and the crown of the head apart. Couple of breaths here. And release that. And so thumbs are down, just pause. Let your strap off to the side for now. Bring the hands together and find the heart. As you inhale, open the arms to the sides. As you exhale, bring the palms back together. Inhale, open out. Exhale, palms together. Again. On your next inhale, take the arms forward and up. As you exhale, bend the knees, come into a half chair pose. Bring the hands down to your thighs. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale with the arms. Come back up. Arms to your sides. Legs stay straight. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, knees bend, hands to the thighs. Stay for one full breath. Inhale, arms come up, arms up. Arms down, stay slowly. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the thighs. Stay for a breath. arms, come up, inhale. Arms down, exhale. So we're going to move into a modified yoga or people pose. So hands together. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, bring the left elbow under the right elbow. One of the arms up together. As you inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, the elbows down. 2 more breaths like this. So you'll probably feel a fairly strong stretch across the back of the shoulders, perhaps the upper arms or other places. And after your 3rd breath, unwind the arms, open the arms out to the sides, and bring the hands back together in front of the heart. Inhale, open the arms. This time, right elbow under the left. Move the arms up. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, lower the elbows. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see the lift, the lower. One more breath. And unwind the arms. Open out. Palms together. So the traditional way of doing eagle pose is to take one of those arm positions and then to cross one knee over the other and come into a balancing posture. In place of that, today we're going to take the half chair pose position and not do the crossing over. So inhale, the arms open. Exhale, left elbow under right. Wind up the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, the half chair pose with the legs. Stay here. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, the elbows down. Again, lift. And lower. One more time. Back up, unwind the arms, open the arms wide. Palms together. Pause for a moment. Inhale, the arms open. Right elbow under left. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees. Lift and lower the elbows. 3 breaths. Next inhale, come up and lower the arms, open wide. Palms together, exhale. Pause. Breathe. Release the arms down. Come down to your mat. Come to lie down like that. Have the knees down. On the floor. Arms can be opened a little bit out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale. Take both knees to one side. Inhale, center. Both knees to the other side. We're going to continue this a few times. Keep the feet on the floor for now. This is sometimes called windshield wiper knees. Go side to side, sometimes at the speed of your own breath. If you like, and if it's not uncomfortable to your neck, you can turn the head the opposite direction from the knees But that part is optional, so it's up to you. Next time, in this misadventure, bring knees to the chest. And if you like, you can hug your knees in. If you prefer, you can just keep your arms to the sides. On the inhale, stretch the feet up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, fold in. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold in. Up and on back. Next time you fold the knees in, fold it in. Open the arms to the sides. Turn the palms down toward the floor just for stability. On the exhale, here, take both knees to one side. Inhale, both knees to center. And exhale to the other side. Now, if for you, taking the knees all the way to the floor is difficult or impossible, you can place pillows or blocks over to the side where your knees can land on those instead. So, having a landing pad is better than hovering, although the hovering will build abdominal strength. Right now we're looking for the stretch that for many of us is going to go all the way from the knee up the side of the leg, through the hip, through the wrist, through the shoulder, and up into the arm. So if you're unable to feel that stretch, it's actually better to create your landing pad so that you can feel the stretch. Next time you come center, keep the knees to the chest, bring one hand to each kneecap. As you exhale, pull the knees in closer. As you inhale, the hands stay right on the kneecaps, but the arms go long. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, arms long. So this is called Alpanasana. And it is slightly an abdominal exercise, but not as if you were doing a Pilates exercise where you're taking the knees away and folding in. That's not what we're doing here. This is to release strain from what has come before. When you fold in, roll to one side, come to sit up, and you're going to have the legs out long in front. Now, if sitting in this position is uncomfortable or difficult, then it's strongly recommended that you sit on a yoga block or a folded blanket or a bolster, whatever height is better for you. So I'm going to use a folded blanket. I don't have a lot of knee restrictions, but my hips are restricted. And the other thing, if you have very tight hamstrings and your knees can't really go straight, it's also a good idea to put a little rolled blanket or towel under your knees to help support the legs in that position. So from here, we're going to move into a twist. We'll bring the left leg a bit more to midline, bend the right knee and cross that leg over. And keep the left hand on the knee. Inhale, open the right arm out to the side. Exhale it to the floor behind you. And from here, inhale, lengthening the spine, opening the ribs, exhaling, drawing the belly in, perhaps deepening into the twist. So the twisting should not be forced. You should not be pulling on the leg to make yourself go deeper. The twist should come from within by drawing the belly in, letting the breath make space, the ribs and the spine, and then just drawing the belly in, moving into the twist wherever you can. So one thing I just adjusted was my shoulder was wanting to reach up. You do want to lift up out of the shoulders, have lengthen the neck, lengthen the whole spine. And come back to center. Take the legs back out long. Legs so they're right in front of their hips. And then keep the right leg long. Bring it just a bit more to midline. Bend the left knee. Cross that foot over. Sitting up tall. Make sure you're sitting up on your sit bones. The right hand can stay on the left knee. Inhale, open the left arm out. Coming into your twist. Check in with those shoulders. Make sure they're away from your ears. Lengthen up. Drawing the belly in. And again, just make sure the shoulders are released down. The spine is long. You're not cranking into the posture. Letting it arise from stretching and releasing what happens in the spine and the rib cage. And back to center, both legs long. Hold both knees in. Come to a seated cobblers pose. Now, if your knees feel like they need some support, you can put blocks under the knees. There really isn't a particular place for the feet to be. They can be close or they can be further away. We're going to take a little forward bend over toward the feet and stay for a couple of breaths. And then come back up. You'll take your strap again and sit cross-legged. So have your left foot in front of the right. Put the strap in your right hand, bend the elbow. Put the that's the left hand. Left leg in front, left hand with the strap. Put the right hand around. Inch your hands a little closer. And then exhale, keeping this arm position fold forward. So you're attempting to keep the spine long as you do this. You'll probably feel a strong stretch in the back of the left hip. You can feel other places. Inhale back up. Change the cross of the legs. Leg in front, right hand on the strap. Put the hand behind. On the strap, fingers work closer together a bit. Inhale, exhale, lean out over the legs. Keep the spine long. When you feel this stretch. Inhale, come back up. Release the arms. Take the legs long in front of you. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, fold out over the legs. Inhale, lift the arms, come up. Exhale, fold out over the legs. One. One more time. And then once you come back up, you can come to lie on your back again. So just make yourself comfortable at this point. If you like, you can have a pillow or a bolster under your knees. You can have a pillow under your head. Now, in this tradition, we don't do shavasana. It's not very often. But what we often do is supine breathing practice or meditation, and that is what we do. So just come to lie on your back. You can have the legs long, but often it's easier to feel your breath if the knees are bent and feet on the floor. If you have a pillow under your knees, that's good too. So just take a moment to come to your breath. Again, you can have fingertips of one hand on your chest, other hand on the belly if you like, just so you can feel the movement of the chest on the inhale and the belly joining in on the exhale. So just that for a few breaths. And either leave your hands as they are, you can have both hands on the belly, or you can just rest your arms wherever they're comfortable. Let the breath be long and smooth. There will be a little more emphasis on the exhale than particularly long. Not to the point of strain, but just a little longer. And after your next exhale, let there be a little pause after the exhale, just a second or two. Inhale. Exhale. And pause after the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And pause after the exhale. Continue that on your own for a few breaths. And let that come to a stop. Just breathe naturally. In your own time, you can roll to one side and then come up to sit. No hurry. And once you're sitting, the eyes can be open or closed. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. As you inhale, open the hands to the side. You can lift them overhead if you prefer. Exhale, hands back together in front of the heart. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. One more time. Release the head down toward the heart. Release the heart forward. In gratitude to all the teachers who've come before, and the greatest teacher of all, which is that within ourselves. Namaste. Thank you. Have a great day.